you have a few days before the first game. Is this the sort of longest wait of the season where you're most anxious to get going?
Yeah, just ready to get going. Obviously, the preseason is like shortened, but still, you're just kind of anxious to go out there and play real basketball, like real games that matters.
Yeah, I know it's hard to take anything from preseason. Was there something, one or two things that caught your eye or you felt good about?
Well, no, I think we'll, once the season starts, I think that's when we start really getting notes, taking notes on everything. So it's hard to do that in the preseason.
For what it's worth, in general, I think the team's assist numbers are well up. Your assist numbers for the minutes you played are up even over last year. Do you feel there's a bit of a different style that's at least taking root a little bit, and are you feeling comfortable?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think it's hard. Like like we played. What was our first game against like the Australian team? Like like some game this person are playing, or second game, whatever. Okay, trying to be right. Okay, I know you know your games. My bad. But my point is, it's just like all these games. Like I don't know. It's hard to see. It's hard to tell. I think tomorrow. The next game is going to be a good test. Like first game of the season. Go out there, we take some real notes and see how we can improve as a team.
What would you say about the level of detail and kind of emphasis on trying to introduce a new style, at least in practice and through camp?
Right. I think I had that same feeling when Nick came on and as any new coach comes on, like they're gonna have the philosophy, they're gonna have the the things that they think about, how they want to do it, and new coaching staff. Everyone is almost new as a coaching staff, so they want to implement things that they want to do, and like that's with anything that's new. Like we got to figure it out, and there's a lot of teaching, there's a lot of questions, wanting to get better, and I think I've seen that from everyone. So that's good.
Has it been a well-run process? Like, do you think you guys are kind of
No, I thought preseason was good. I thought we had a good camp. I thought guys competed, mixture of competing and having fun, just playing basketball. But like I always say, it's like one thing that people always talk about is like, it's fun. Is it fun? Is it not fun? Was last year fun? It's like winning is fun. Like at the end of the day, like I don't care what you do. I don't care how excited you get. When you don't win, like, it's gonna look a certain way. So all this vibes and all this stuff, it's like at the end of the day, if you win, you're gonna have good vibes. If you don't, the vibe's not gonna be good most of the time. So which is a challenge because you wanna be able to win or lose, have the same attitude, the same mentality, but in reality, it is very hard, very hard. So like, yeah, I think vibes depends on winning.
You talked about that a lot last year, trying to bring the same attitude no matter what. Was that your conclusion? Is that it's hard? You just like...
No, it is hard, and for me, I think personally, I tried my best, and I feel like I've had the same attitude, like no matter what, no matter how many points I score, no matter how many losses we had, like I've tried to come in, do my work, have the same attitude every single day, but it is not easy. Like I think that like a lot of people are not that way, or at least I'm not trying to be that way. Like it's emotionally it's hard, all that stuff, and we just as players we just want to win. Like at the end of the day, like I don't think nobody's here that don't want to win, or like they come in here and they don't want to win. Like you want to play winning basketball, and when you don't do that, sometimes it is hard, and you're not gonna come in there and be happy most of the time, So I think that's understandable, and we just gotta be able to like consider that sometimes, But like I said, if we win, it's gonna take out everything.
Is there
Pascal, Precious said after Friday, one of the best defenders. What do you see him doing?
I think he's gifted, he's talented. I think Precious can actually like literally just do whatever he wants out there if he wants to, like just having the effort, his size and athleticism, like all those things is possible, is there for him. And I think that if he wants it, he can get it. So that's on him, like most of the time.
What did you learn about Dennis through the preseason that you didn't already know?
I think like just somebody that plays hard. Obviously, coming off a good off season, like world champion. Like I'm sure he has a lot of confidence right now. He's always probably had confidence, but I just think that just him playing, going out there, being a voice, someone that's been in the league for a long time. You can't have enough of those guys on the team, and just seeing his speed. Like I feel like I've watched him and we played against him for a long time, so I kind of know what he does. But I can just see his mentality and everything that it's good.
But you see him as a player, as an opponent, and now you have him in the same room with you, in the same locker room. Like, do you learn anything about him personally, Like, is he any surprises in terms of, because on the court he's kind of, well, he's tough to play against. People don't like to play against.
Right.
But in the locker room, what's he like? What's he?
I mean, I guess how long has he been here? Like, I guess we'll see. Yeah, I don't know.
Weeks.
Yeah, my character judgment is not that high level. I'm gonna give time to start, judging his, how he is. But I like him, and I think that he's been doing well coming in and trying to integrate himself, and he always gives me, like, talks to me and asks me, where do I want to do this or that, or so it's good. As a point guard, I think that's important. What's up? I mean, I'll always pick me at the end of the day. Like, that's just me, though. I don't know what he's gonna say, but yeah, like I'm actually really good, so I'll say me. I think.
How is the leadership of this team, player-wise, different from last year?
Oh man, this leadership question is just like I feel like we asked that so many times. It's a lot of that. But I think we have more vets. Like, we got Garrett, we have like Thad. Like, for me, continue to grow. I'm there. Dennis is there. Like, we have a lot of people that's had years in the league, and I think it's kind of like sometimes unfair to try to find one person that's going to be that person. Like, so I think that we just got to do it as a team together, and like, it's going to flow. I think when Thad is talking, I'm sure people are listening. When Garrett is talking, you have to listen, because those guys have been around for a long time, and I think the more voices like that we have, I think the better it's going to be. When we started, like, me or Fred, like, when it's like only one person, it's kind of like hard. But once you have more of those guys, I forgot Otto, but like a lot of voices, a lot of guys, like, experience, and I think that's how the leadership happens.
Pascal, one of the standouts from this training camp has been Scottie Barnes. Have you noticed anything different about his approach, his mentality?
Nah, Scottie hasn't done anything really. Just kidding, man. Nah, Scottie's been good. Like, I think for me, I just like his approach to the game, just coming in every single day. I see him in practice. Like, he has just the same focus. Like, I can see him just working hard, and you can tell in his eyes, like, like he wants to continue to get better. And I like how aggressive it is. Just playing, having fun out there playing basketball. At the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. And we already know, like, how gifted it is. So I think it's just a matter of him just going out there and doing what he does and using his talent. Like, again, God already gave you everything. So you just gotta, like, do the rest, which is like just sharpening the tools and having that process of just continuing to get better every single day, which he's doing every day now.
Pascal.
Do you feel like your partnership with him in particular has grown?
No, I think we're gonna continue to get better. I think, like, what is year 3 for Scottie? Is it year 3? Yep. Year 3, and he's gonna continue to get better. I'm continuing to get better, and at the end of the day, it's just like continue to play. I think he's a gifted passer. He's a winning passer, and I feel like I'm the same. So it's easy when you play with guys like that, and I think that like just how aggressive we are, attacking, we can always like have an advantage for either scoring or making plays for our teammates, and I think that's you can't have enough of those kind of like qualities for a team. So I think it's good.
Gary mentioned that this offense really helps his game, amplify his game. What are you seeing from Gary right now?
Yeah, no, I like Gary, his mentality. Just I think that, like, obviously there's always a lot of questions about, like, who's starting, who's not starting, and all that stuff. But I think I like the way he's been approaching everything, just being professional. He's worked hard all summer, and just coming in, like, I just like how focused he is, and he's just going out there doing his job, and accepting anything. I'm sure he wants to start, but it's not even a matter of that. It's like, get the minutes, and I think he's been good when he got the minutes.
Feels good, pretty good. Just a little tweak, feels good today.
If that hadn't been preseason, I mean, did that scare you at all? Like, because the way you came running off and then went straight to the locker room, or was that just, this is preseason, I don't need to move?
Nah, it was hurting a lot. Whenever I really get like a little ankle tweak, I get really scared. I had some of those in my previous past, so just being precautious about it. That was just the main thing.
Is that something you dealt with before the NBA?
A little bit, sometimes. Little ankle tweaks. It happens here and there, but I think my ankles heal pretty fast. And, I can get through it. I can push through a lot of pain.
You took a bunch of threes, especially early in the game the other night. Is that something that you're really focusing on, and how does that feel?
I took like 4 or 5. I don't think that's that many. But it was just I was open, just being ready to shoot the ball, being prepared to shoot it. having that confidence in my shot. That's just the main thing. Just when I'm open, being ready to shoot and having that confidence behind it.
How do you see a three-point shot opening up the rest of the game?
With our ball movement and the way we play our offense, a lot of people are going to be open, just being ready to be prepared and shooting the ball. You know, those catch and shoots are going to be open first. Wants to make those extra passes. Defense help off. So just being ready to shoot the ball is just it opens up a lot of things for our offense and myself as well.
You see you play a lot of roles in the NBA, especially in preseason right now. We see you play some small ball five, some point guard. Is there a particular role that you really enjoy playing more than others, or is it really just about doing whatever it takes to get the team to win?
Wherever they put me out on the floor, you know, I love doing it. Been doing that my whole life. So I just like being versatile down the floor, being able to just fill out different parts of the game, different positions, seeing how it works out is good. And it helps the team.
Pascal was just here talking about how your relationship with him has grown and sort of your partnership as a game. He's praising your passing. What do you have to say about sort of how you feel like your partnership with Pascal has grown in the last 3 years?
I've been said it. I think I said it my first year. You know, Pascal's my favorite player. Just seeing what he does on the floor, being able to score the ball at an extremely high rate. He hits me a lot on those dunker passes when teams double him. Pascal, he can do it all out there on the floor, rebound, push it in transition, be able to score in transition, spin moves, he got it all.
A couple of the younger guys and some of the guys who weren't getting as many minutes last year consider this as a reset. The whole season as a bit of or this year in particular as a reset. Does it feel like a reset for you, or is this just a progression?
I don't feel like it's I don't know, for real. You know, we got a new system, new offense. I feel like that's the main thing. Got different coaches, you know, a lot of things changed, but I don't feel like it's a reset where we really starting over from the top. You know, we still got a lot of good guys, a lot of good players on the team where we're just really building. I feel like we're just still building. We're still growing as a team. We're just trying to be great out there on the floor.
This is the time of year guys get really anxious to start playing games that count. How do you keep them focused over these next 3 days?
Now, you're absolutely right. When we come this close to the finish line, to the start of the season, guys are always like, you know, itching, and obviously they want to play a lot, and we have to find a good balance. We used a portion of the practice today to go and play some live, just to keep guys, you know, energy levels high and like competing. I think the most important thing is like knowing that we cannot come to the game without skipping today and tomorrow and next day. We gotta take advantage of those 3 days and take advantage to practice well, but also to have a little bit of reprieve mentally before we get going.
Was Scottie a full participant today in practice?
Yes, he was.
At the end of the season, I know like night to night, whoever gets the best opportunities is going to take the most shots, and that's just the way it works. Do you like at the end of the season? Do you have it in mind, like who's going to have the majority of the offense, like, or is your idea is like it'll more or less be egalitarian, and that's how it works out?
Yeah, I don't work like that. I think like that you know, that famous movie Moneyball, right?
Yeah.
I think that works in baseball, and you can kind of like plan it in baseball. For basketball, it's so hard to predict. And I told our guys the other night, and I really believe in that, like we don't decide what other team is gonna do. You know, you cannot come to the game, oh, I'm going to take 20 shots tonight. Yeah. What if they double team you every single time, you know? So we're trying to teach our guys to play the right way, to play off of each other, to trust each other. And on certain nights, some guys are going to get more opportunities. Some other nights, other guys are going to get more opportunities. And but I think at the end of the day, you're right. The talent is going to even up all of that.
Darko, the other night you talked about a high number of turnovers. I think you had 20 in the Chicago game and then 15 against. Is that a byproduct of the way you play?
It is, but we got better from 20 to 15, right? Yeah. We got better. Yes.
But going to happen in the course of the way you want to play, right?
For sure, because gotta have in mind that we're really moving the ball, right? And at the same time, the chemistry in our plays and timing and all of that is going to be very, very important, you know. So I think once this regular season starts, I think that that's going to be in a better place there. But for sure, it's going to take us some time to get it where we want to get it.
Is there a number where above which the alarm bells start going off? Or?
Yeah, for sure. Like I think if you're like turning the ball over and like if you're like top 10, like that's okay. But if you're in the bottom 10, that's alarming, and that's something that we need to be addressing and getting better. I think regular season is going to give us like real picture of the team.
Given the summer that Dennis had, is it fair to expect him to be at 100% day one of the season? Like, has he had enough ramp up here, or are we still sort of getting up to full Dennis?
I think it's gonna take some time for him to get in the rhythm and groove with teammates. If you ask Dennis, Dennis is such a competitor. He's gonna say that he's 100% and ready to go, and he's gonna do his best every single night. I know that much. And but as a new player on the team, he never played with any of those guys before. It's gonna take some time for him to get to know tendencies of teammates and how we're playing and all of that. So as the season progressing, I can see him going, improving every week.
You see it on the floor and the way they play, and also the results speak for themselves. But how well do you think the guys are buying into the win-the-day mentality and just your overall system?
I think they're doing a really good job, to be honest with you. Like in games and in practices, guys are really motivated. We have a great team chemistry, and just our guys just enjoy being around each other. I think that being 7 days in Vancouver, but being around each other was very, very important for us. We had a great team dinner over there where the guys had a bunch of laughs, and I think those moments are very important. But for now, our guys are doing a really, really good job with that.
You mentioned you were going to sit down with these guys and have conversations individually about their roles at some point, I guess, after preseason. Have you had those conversations yet?
Those are ongoing conversations every day about the style of play, about the usage, how we're going to be using those guys. Obviously, before the first regular season night, I want to sit with every player and say, like, who is starting, who's coming off the bench, who will be the guys not being in rotation to start the season, and what they need to do in order to get in the rotation, So all of that is everyday ongoing stuff.
Coach Reed, personally, how are you feeling leading up to your debut, I guess if you want to call it?
Feeling great. Great practice today. We're going to go to Pascal's party tonight, Halloween party, so that's going to be great for us. So take care of today.
No nerves, anxiety?
No.
Do you have a costume?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you.
Do you expect, is there any update on Koloko? Do you expect to start the year without him?
No updates as of now, and we'll see where it goes. No updates at this point.